Okay, so I wanted to come on and talk about my day because I am always trying to be, and I don't like the word better because like we're always perfect as we are, but like I want to have, you know, easier times, better controlling my emotions, especially if we're about to have a child. And having children are one of the biggest things that can trigger you and, you know, set everything off for you. So I want to make sure, hello Bill, I want to make sure that, you know, I'm always consciously aware of how I respond to situations and that I am in control of my emotions and whatnot. So yesterday I had posted that I was getting very antsy while we were getting ready yesterday morning. So we had numerous appointments and we live like in the middle of BFE, butt fucking nowhere. And all of our first appointment was 30 minutes away. And that was like at 10:10, that was the doctor's appointment. Everything's going good with the baby, perfect heartbeat, everything's good. And then we had to drop off the car for the standard 5,000 miles because the Ravi is new. This is our new thing. And David got me custom seats here that match me colors. That was one of my Christmas gifts. So anyway, we're taking the Toyota in for the standard 5,000 mile service and the oil change. And as we're driving in, so this morning, so let me reiterate about how stressed I was. So we have the oil change appointment, then we have a nail appointment so I can get my nails all freshly done, and that was scheduled for 2 hours after the Toyota appointment. And then we had 15 minutes from the nail appointment to get to David's massage appointment, and then while he was getting massage, I went and got my hair cuts. I had to cut off the pink, the bleached tips. Like I was just so done with the bleached tips, I had to get rid of the bleached tips. So all of these appointments are like boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, I'm already feeling the anxiety of getting to every appointment on time. And I'm stressing out as we're like getting ready. So, and I'm already getting anxious just talking about it. David's like, shh. I'm yelling now at this point. So anyway, yesterday morning, I want David to get up and get out of bed and start getting ready. Because we had to get ready. I had to eat a breakfast, and then we had to get out the door. We had to get the boys packed up. Zoo and Newton, who come with us everywhere. Oh, you don't see. Well, there's Newton sitting in his chair looking like an Eeyore, and then there's Zoo laying. So we bring them everywhere with us. And so I was like, David, get out of bed. Let's go. And he doesn't. He's like, he's just chilling, scrolling, doing his thing, and I'm getting like heated as I'm like trying to do my hair and getting ready. And I tell him, I'm like, David, are you moving? Get out of bed. And I see that my neck, all right here, is turning like...
What was my response?
Well, hang on.
Oh, okay.
I see, don't worry, David. I see that my neck is turning just dark, deep red all along right here. And then I was getting patches of red spots on my body. So I have a history of skin problems when I am stressed out. In fact, when I was 29 years old, I had shingles down the middle of my back. So my skin is like the first thing that shows any sign of stress for me. So I see myself turning red, and then I start like, I'm like, oh my gosh, Melissa, you've got to calm down. And so when I had said, so I see myself getting red in the neck, and I was like, David, you got to get moving. And I see the red neck, and then he goes, I am moving. I'm wiggling my toes. And I took that moment as the laughter instead of being frustrated, because I knew that I was working myself up. I knew that I was stressing myself out by thinking about all of these appointments repeatedly. I gotta put my glasses on, it's getting kind of bright. And my own jacket is reflective. This is really reflective jacket. I was like, it is my own jacket is actually what is glaring in my eyes right now.
I tried telling you that yesterday.
You did tell me that, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I can't see any screen in here.
And until I moved this way, you couldn't see it.
Barely. Half of it.
So anyway, Where are we going? Oh, I thought you were going on the freeway up to that, towards that way. Yes, I know. Yes.
You remember, you wanted me to drive so you can concentrate here.
Yes, you drive. That's fine.
Okay.
So,
Oh my God.
I'm getting all red all over.
She likes to take control, guys.
Whatever. I need to control my. This is my problem. And this is what my dad programmed and conditioned me. Is like he needed to control everything because he couldn't control himself. So this is like what I was trying to do yesterday. I was trying to control David to get him up, get him out of bed and get ready so that I could feel calmer. But that's not how it works. And David doesn't take as long to get ready as I do. But my own stress and anxiety was like, he needs to start moving or we're going to be late. And to be fair,
oh, now we're going to
there was a time where we could have gotten a $350 very beautiful
but
sectional.
It happened for a reason.
Yes, everything does. But you have caused us to be late a couple of times.
One time.
Well.
One time.
Anyway.
Nah, what? One time. And there was a reason for it.
That was a $350 purchase up to a $2,000. We ended up buying it. I love the couch, don't get me wrong.
But it was a used couch. I'm sorry, but it's one of those I don't like sitting on.
That's the thing is I only ever bought used furniture off of Craigslist.
But I feel so dirty. I'm sorry, I do. It's like using somebody, it's like a hand-me-down mattress from in the family. It's like, no, but I don't have anything other.
Yeah, so it was good. It was good that we were late. Like, and that's the thing too, is like I always tell myself that like everything is working out all the time. So like even when I first started my business, I was horrible at booking appointments, and then because I messed up on like time zones, and then I would just put them in the calendar wrong or something, and I was always struggling with timing and things like this. So and I remember when I first started my business that I was actually pretty calm and chill about it, that everything will work out, everything is fine. So, but for whatever reason, timing and appointments and scheduling is a really big trigger for me that stresses me out.
I think that's most.
He thinks it's most women.
But it's about getting ready. It's about, and hey, let's have a poll. What wife, girlfriend, fiance out there has a problem with their husband or boyfriend or whatever getting ready and not getting ready in the time that they think they need to get ready in? And I put it in quotations because a man can get ready in 2 minutes. Sorry.
You could finish everything in 2 minutes.
I sure can. I ain't ashamed. I can't help it. I win.
You win.
Hey, I was a track star. I was first.
Oh man. Okay,
we're going off on a different subject.
Yes, I need to reel myself back in. Otherwise, I'll go too far off the deep end.
Okay. You're already. You've done been in the deep end.
I live in the deep end.
Yes, that's what I mean.
So I was drowning yesterday in my anxiety about getting ready.
That ain't no kid.
So after David said he was wiggling his toes to get up, I was like, start moving. He's like, I am moving. I'm wiggling my toes. I had seen myself just all red and stressing myself out. So I go into the bedroom to get dressed or whatever. I tell him, like, David, look at my neck. Like, look how stressed I am about getting to all of these appointments and everything. And then he threw me on the bed, tickled me or whatever. Fucked around with me, but not like that. And then so he got me laughing. He got me like out of that, that panicky kind of mode. So we get in the car, we make it to the first appointment. I'm still kind of like a little bit, like I'm at least aware. It's like I'm aware that I'm like stressing out, and I'm communicating with him that I understand that I am like in my feelings.
Here's her communication. She yells at me, and then she's like, oh shoot, I'm sorry. I didn't mean, I'm sorry. She's aware of it, but the feeling of the bite still burns.
I tell him, well, I'm aware and I apologize, but I am sorry that it just comes out. So at least I am aware. And awareness is one of the first things that helps you stop it from, and eventually I will get to the point where it doesn't even come out.
Well, it is also better for me to, you are aware, but yes, when it keeps happening, let's put it this way, there's all this, because it's all still new and fresh for us. You know, I'm going to trigger a lot of things for you as you are going to trigger for me. Yeah. And the thing is, it's good. It's a good thing, because we get to work on the things that you normally don't get to work on.
Yeah, exactly.
And if it triggers you, okay, hey, then you know, in my opinion, you need to talk about it.
Yeah.
You need to say, hey, that bothers me, and I don't care what you think or whatever at that moment. I don't care how it aggravates you, because it is really aggravating me the way you just did whatever you did. I shouldn't say it. I don't care. Yeah, but I need to be able to express myself without any lash. Let's put it that way.
Exactly. And that was something I always struggled with in past relationships, where I couldn't express myself without them taking it very personally. And then...
it's not.
And then ultimately I had to suppress or deny or, you know, figure it out on my own.
Suppressing is god-awful.
Yes, it's awful. So this is why I love being in a relationship with this man, because he's aware of this stuff, and he, you know, understands that, you know, we both have stuff we're going to have to work on. And by the way, I just want to clarify, Jordan, my cousin, says it's straight men take 2 minutes to get ready.
Sorry, Jordan. I like I said, I try to be careful. I guess you could be right, you could be wrong. I'm sorry. I met a couple of guys in the military that took for freaking ever.
Yeah. Jordan is the best, though, yes. Because I used his line. Hi, Jordan, by the way. I used his line on David, and that's how we started dating.
Well, go ahead and say it. You probably not everybody's heard it.
Oh, yeah, on our phone call, because originally he called me.
But you're getting, you know, a squirrel moment again, but go ahead.
It is a squirrel moment, but... I'm a squirrel all the time, but he had asked me to call him about the insurance. Sorry for making you guys sick on these bumpy country roads, but I'm trying to hold it as straight as I can. But
they should have went live yesterday while driving. Never mind, we'll get there.
Are you squirreling again?
Nope.
Oh yeah, you yesterday in the friggin' hen. Okay, I'll tell you, that's coming up later. So we what was David asked me to call him about the insurance exam. That's how we met. He saw me on YouTube, was obsessed with watching all my videos.
Now wait a minute. I was actually trying to learn. You make it sound like I'm some kind of, I don't know.
You liked me.
I liked how you, and everybody can agree to this, I liked how you speak. I liked how you presented it, the material to me, because when I went in for my class at or whatever, APRC or whatever it was god awful. They ran through the freaking book, did not explain a dang thing to me, and here's the hours you needed, and that's the hours you got, and you got out, and you got to go study.
Yeah.
And I sat there, and the day before my freaking test, I'm sitting there going, pull my dang hair out. Like, what am I am not ready.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yes, granted, I went and passed, or I didn't pass, but I was in the mid to high, you know, high 50s, mid 60s on all my tests, and yes, I took 8 tests within a few weeks.
Yeah.
And that's and because Illinois is there, you know,
yes,
it's your state and your PNC, you got 4 tests just right there, PNC. Then your life and health is 4.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, he asked me, he's like, "Can you help me with my exam?" I eventually called him. I denied his first request, but after he told me happy birthday and we chatted a little bit, I was like, okay. The next time he asked me, I was like, okay, I'll call you. But I didn't actually think he'd answer. But during that phone call, we were talking about the tests, and then there was a part in the phone call where I said something about, well, the best part of dating me is my mouth, and the worst part of dating is my mouth. Or like the pros and cons of dating me are both my mouth. And that line came from Jordan, so just wanted to put that out there.
There's a whole lot more that goes with that. But
we had a great conversation that first day.
Well, after I explained what was going on,
we talked for like 2 hours.
Well, you thought I was freaking crazy for dating. Well, it was crazy after. You're always smarter afterwards.
So anyway, yesterday, so we get to the first appointment, the doctor's appointment, and then we make it to Toyota. Now, as we're driving though to Toyota, David is like, this car can drive itself. This car is amazing. And he like puts it in cruise control when we're going like 20 miles an hour. He's checking the car to see if it like brakes itself.
It done it. It's supposed to. It keeps you in line for a few different. You know, it will go. It will swerve over and like I'll take my hands off. Watch, and it'll drive for me. Well, I'm gonna because it makes her nervous. But it'll do it for me. And then I tested it out if it'll brake and everything else when it's in cruise. I'm paying attention to everything, of course. But it done it.
So he was, and at this moment, I am finishing my post yesterday about how stressed out I was this morning and how stress is self-induced, which it is, but we do have triggers within our body that cause that. We have programming and conditioning that trigger that stress response, but we have to learn what those triggers are. And we have to, learn how to remove them.
I wouldn't say remove. I would say more or less like how to cope with them in a healthier way.
But you can remove them. Like there are things.
Some, but I'm still always going to stress you. You're going to remove me?
No, I'm removing the trigger within me.
I know.
That gets stressed by you because ultimately, your behavior shouldn't dictate like what trick like.
Well, it depends on what I do, too.
I know. Like, I mean, of course, there's things like, if, I'm not saying that no one else should ever cause a feeling with you of anger or anything, but you not jumping out of bed when I had said, let's go get ready, if that causes me to freak the fuck out and get red in the face and, like, be raging mad, that's a problem. And I can remove that trigger from my programming and conditioning. It's attached to a past wound, a past history, a programming and conditioning from my childhood, and I can eliminate that. But first you work on coping with it and the awareness of it and slowly the recognition to be able to remove that. So I was making this post about stress is self-induced, and then also earlier that morning I had said everything is a lesson and life will always give you lessons and it'll never stop. Resistance is futile. And that was like my theme for yesterday. Resistance is futile because, oh my God, so much opportunity for resistance where we just had to let it go, let it go, let it go. So as we're pulling into Toyota, after David is messing around with the car, trying to get it to drive itself, the brake light comes on and then there's a warning that says cruise control malfunction, go to your dealer. So 2 issues popped up right around the corner from the dealership. And I start, again, freaking the fuck out. Right after I had just said stress is self-induced and then immediately followed by more stressful situations. This is life coming at you with all your lessons and making sure that you learn them.
But it's good that it happens when we're like...
Yes, we're at the dealership. It's not a problem that we're pulling up with a broken car because they're going to fix it. And I'm just like... Ah! And then I'm like freaking out because I'm like, the brake is on. If there's a brake light, you can't drive with the brake on. You're going to ruin the brake. I've done that before. I accidentally drove around for a little bit with my emergency brake on and then you ruin your brakes. So he is like, it's fine. And I'm like, you broke my car. It's a new car. It's $5,000. And I am stress raging. So I'm like,
And that wasn't helping.
It didn't help, but I was trying. So we get to the dealership. Now, granted, we have another appointment in 2 hours from now. So we get to the dealership, and he's like, well, the oil change is pretty quick, but now that you rolled in with these problems...
No, the oil change is going to take an hour and a half anyway.
Yeah, an hour and a half, he said. I was thinking oil change, like the last time I went to the dealership for oil change, it was like in and out. Not this dealership, a different one. So we're already like, I'm already like, oh my God, I'm going to be late to my nail appointment. So I was like, whatever, I know I need to eat. So we go eat at the restaurant. And as we're sitting there, we realize like he's like, well, how much is a Lyft ride to your nail appointment? Because the car is not going to be ready yet. And it was like $60 some because it's like another 45 minutes because our dealership is technically right outside St. Louis. It's still in Illinois. And then all the rest of the appointments were in St. Louis. So it's like, well, what about a rental car? So we decide while sitting and eating lunch that we'll just get a rental car and it'll be easier to just run and take care of our errands and then we'll pick up the car later tonight. So right when our food comes out, it took a minute for them to cook all the food. And of course, David had to order a bunch of food.
My eyes were extremely big.
He got an appetizer platter. He got a salad. I got fajitas. So we have all this food. They bring it all out, and I'm like, hi, you're going to need to pack it up for us now. So I actually take a lift. So he stays at the restaurant to pack up the food. I take a lift to Enterprise. And as I'm getting to Enterprise, this woman calls me from Enterprise. She says, hey, I see that you scheduled a car for tomorrow. And I'm like, tomorrow? It's supposed to be for today. I was like, oh my God. She's like, well, I don't know if they're going to have a car available or not. It's not like the airport where they have hundreds of cars. So I was like, well, hopefully so, because I'm about to pull up in my lift and we're going to need a rental car. So I get in and they said, well, we have 2 cars available, a Mustang or a Charger. And they're going to be a little bit more expensive than the compact car that you booked. I was like, I don't care. I need a rental car. Just give me one. And I said, but I have rented a lot of cars, so I should have like a free upgrade in there anyway. And he's like, never mind. Don't worry about it. Charge me the same price for a compact car. So I chose the orange one, which ended up being the Dodge Challenger. So then, if you guys saw the live video, I pulled up at the restaurant, and I was actually kind of angry at David because he was not standing outside. We were still like, we still had like a crunch time to get to the nail appointment. We were already like, the ETA estimate was like you're going to be 4 minutes late. And even something like that sends my heart aflutter. Like, I start freaking out. Oh my God, I'm going to be 4 minutes late to the appointment. Oh, we got to get there on time. You know, like it's such a stress response for me. So he's excited though, because now we have this car and he drives it. So he's having hella fun. He knocks off all 4 extra minutes, pulls up at like 1:59 to my nail appointment. So I get my nails done, and then...
How many cops did I pass?
You pass a few cops. You just have this military vibe, and they just leave you alone. But he was going nuts in the car, but it was fun. The dogs are banging around back there, poor puppies.
Let's leave that part out. It's too late now.
They were fine. So
get in trouble for animal abuse or something.
Yeah. So the rest of the day, though, because we have the rental car, we're able to finish the appointments. But at the nail appointment, the Toyota calls me. He says the car's ready, everything's good. And then I said, okay, what time do you close? And he said 5:30. And I'm like, we might not make it back by then because we got a couple more appointments, and then it's like another hour drive back to the dealership. And he's like, well, if you don't get here by 5:30, you'll have to wait till tomorrow morning at 7:30. And I was like, okay. So we'll figure that one out. Eventually, though, I called them back and I asked them, is there anything we can work out? And there was no charge because everything that I got was standard. They cover your first oil changes for you up to like 26,000 miles. So, and then the car was fine. Nothing with the brakes or whatever. I think that was just a triggering moment from the universe to let me freak out again so that I can learn to calm down again.
Well, I see it like this. The car's under warranty, and if anything's going to break, it's going to break now, and we're going to get fixed now.
Well, don't purposely drive it in cruise control at 20 miles an hour checking to see if it'll break itself.
But it says it does.
David.
You got to, what if it fails? And there's, let's just say it fails. I need to know if it's going to do what it's supposed to do. I'm paying attention. But there's going to be that moment, maybe I'm not. And it, if it's there, I don't need to rely on it, no. But it is nice to know that it's there. You don't need to
go around with it either.
But you need to know that it's working too.
Yes, okay, honey. Not like that. You don't use cruise control at 20 miles an hour like that. On the side streets. Cruise control is for the highway.
I use it all the time.
Oh, God. Anyway.
She loves me.
So anyway,
are we gonna have a tuffle online?
We get all of our appointments done. We head back to the dealership. We pick up the car, and then we drop off the Charger at Enterprise, and I put the key in the lockbox for after hours. And then we go to Target because we're gonna go grocery shopping. Because again, we live in the middle of nowhere, so we're gonna go grocery shopping at Target. And then when we walk in, I realize I don't have my wallet. Where's my wallet? My wallet is in the Dodge Charger that we already turned in and put the keys in. So then it was like, well, shoot, what are we going to do at this point? And initially I was like, well, we'll drive home and then we'll come back. We'll drive an hour and a half home tonight, and then we'll drive an hour and a half home and back in the morning to come pick up the wallet. And David is like, no, I'd rather just, and I forgot that we actually had plans today, which is where we're going today. He told me we're going to go to an RV and boat show. It is not an RV and boat show. It is a boat and fishing show with some RVs available.
There's RVs.
Anyway.
Look, there's RVs here. We could go there. There's RVs on the other side of the road.
He thought he'd have to lie to me to get him to go to a boat show.
I didn't lie.
I will go to a fishing and a boat show with you.
But it makes it more appealing.
It didn't need to be. I would have gone with you just because you wanted me to go.
Aren't you excited, though? You make it sound like I lied. I didn't lie.
You kind of did. It wasn't an RV and boat show. It was a boat.
But there's going to be RVs there. To me, it's an RV, boat, and fishing show.
You advertised it as an RV and boat show. There was nothing about fishing.
I'm sorry if I left that out.
And now it's like there's seminars about fishing.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so we had plans today to go.
Sorry, not sorry?
So we go to our...
Now I'm trying to figure out where I need to go.
Yeah, we're just sitting here. I don't know.
We're just fine.
So anyway, David is like, I'd rather just get a hotel. So we decide to book a hotel in St. Louis so that early the next morning we can get my wallet. Now, this is not the first time that I have done this. There's a couple of times I left my wallet in my brother-in-law's car, drove to the airport, was ready to get on my plane and couldn't because I didn't have my wallet. So I had to drive all the way back. I think that day I moved to a later flight. The other time I left my wallet in the rental car was the last work trip I took to Florida right before the pandemic shut everything down. And I had left it in the rental car, and at that airport, they send the car, it goes miles away to like a cleaning whatever station before they send it back. And I was sitting there waiting for them to bring my wallet back. They're like, oh, we found your wallet. We're bringing it back. No problem. They show up with a wallet that is not mine. So then I start panicking more. But eventually they do get me my wallet. So I told David, I was like, this is a thing. I'm sorry. And he's like, it's not going to be a thing anymore. So I got to work on not leaving my wallet in cars. I don't carry a purse around. And what's funny is this is like a fanny pack. And normally it's around my waist. But because I got the baby in there, it's kind of uncomfortable now to wear it around my waist while sitting in the car. And that's why I didn't have it on. And that's why I ended up leaving it in the rental car. So then this morning I wake up at like 6:30 or something to get to Enterprise ASAP before they process the car and possibly send it off somewhere else. Because the wallet was actually tucked under the seat, because like I have this thing of like hiding wallets for some reason. And as I was pulling up to Enterprise, the lights on the Hemi turned on and it started driving away. And I was like, oh my God, I hope they don't take it to a processing center. But he just went like around back. I pulled in right behind him. And I parked. I was like, I rented this car yesterday. My wallet's in there. He's like, oh, let me help you look. I was like, nope, I know exactly where it is. Thank you. I grab it, get back in, and then we were on the road. So it was quite the day where I had to constantly focus on resistance is futile, being angry, frustrated, or upset, stress out at all is not helpful, not productive. And just many things happened yesterday. The appointments, the car, the lights coming on right as we're pulling into the dealership, losing my wallet, having to stay the night in St. Louis. All of these things were
I had to go get dog food because it was not planned. Yeah, I had to buy socks and underwear too.
Yeah, he bought some socks. He can't wear socks 2 days in a row because his feetsies are nasty. Poor military stuff, what they did to your poor feet. But so we had to buy dog food because the poor pups didn't have any food. Like I said, we bring them anywhere. Now we're just going to leave that dog food in the car, so we always have it.
I'll put another thing of dog food in here too.
Yeah. So I'm just so blessed too that like all of these things, these like stressful moments or things that cause me to trigger, like what happens is like your parents come out. Like I was raised by my dad, who was very angry, yelling, stressed out all the time and trying to control everything around him. And so those behaviors come out in me as well, because this is what I watched, this is what I witnessed. These are the genes that make me. So, but you can change your DNA, you can change your genes, you can change your programming and conditioning to not function like that. And so I'm always on this mission, this journey to undo those behaviors, undo those patterns that are in my body and in my genes. And it's just really awesome for me that I have such a supportive partner who is, you checking out the RVs? The supportive partner who is able to recognize and understand that I have these trigger responses, that I have these moments where I stress, that I have these moments where I try to control because I'm stressed out. And instead of like being angry at me or upset at me, he simply gives me hugs. He's able to, hold the space for me. And then I'm able to apologize and have awareness of how my behavior is coming out, how it impacts him. Like, it's not pleasant when I get stressed out and I start screaming about being late or whatever. And I don't want those behaviors. I don't want to function that way. And catching yourself doing it, and sooner, eventually, like first you're aware that you behave that way. Then you behave that way, and then reflect and realize, oh, I behave that way. Eventually you start catching yourself behaving that way, but you're still not able to like really stop it. But then you get to the point where you catch yourself and you're able to stop it. And then eventually you get to the point where the behaviors just don't pop up at all. And that's where I'm getting towards with these stress responses, especially with being, late and...
Well, you're not the only one that has them either. I mean, I did.
No, all humans have this. All humans.
Too, but, I react more to the way you react to me. So, I mean...
Yeah. But...
Did you have another appointment at 12?
At 1.
Oh, okay.
It's at 1.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, we also had a phone call. Oh, that's what's cool. That's going to happen tonight. My sister is amazing. She studies human design, which basically explains how you specifically were designed to operate in this world, and help you understand how you were created, how you were designed, so that you can use your body, use your mind in the most powerful way possible for you. And she does human design reading charts, where she's read my chart, she's read David's chart, and then what she also looks at with human design is like a connection, like how I function versus how he functions, how that goes together, and or how we may have problems in our relationship. So we were scheduled to have a phone call with her to go over that today. But we were obviously like late on it because we had to.
Imagine that.
We were coming home from the hotel today, and I called her like 30 minutes late. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I forgot. And then, but she's like, you guys have such a crazy connection chart. She's like, I want to go live and see your reaction. She's like, I definitely want to videotape your reaction. I was like, well, let's go live. We love going live. That's cool. So later tonight, around probably 8:30 to 9 CST.
Our time, yeah.
And 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. Arizona time, whatever. I don't know.
It'd be 7:30 to 8. We kind of gave that kind of time frame because I don't know exactly.
Yeah, we'll be at the show.
We're going to be at the show. We may get into talking to somebody about an RV, or me talking about a boat. It's hard telling because when I get to talk about fishing, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so
sorry.
We don't have a set time, but we are going to go live tonight with my sister, who's going to do a human design reading chart to tell us about how we're designed, and then especially about our connections. And she's actually going to go. I already know a lot about my reading chart. She's given me already a personal reading on my chart, but she's going to go deep into David's chart, and then the connections between the two of us and how our relationship can flourish and also have struggles and what we can do to work on those things. And she's super excited because she's never really met David, and she wants to, and she's like, this is so cool how your chart lines up. And I already know that we have such incredible connection as it is. It was immediate for us, and the way that we function and work together is really beautiful. And we definitely irritate the shit out of each other also, but
I might do that on purpose with this guy.
He loves to irritate me on purpose. He loves to poke me, pinch me.
I don't pinch. Just with my toes.
You pinch my nips.
I do not.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not. I just touch them.
Anyway.
They're so sensitive, it's not even funny.
Well, because now you put a baby in me.
You wanted it.
Yeah, that's going to be fun too. And we made a joke today, like, who is this child going to be more like? And he's like, I'm going to condition the child to be like me. I'm like, that is literally the things I preach about not doing, but okay. So we'll see. It'll be fun. It'll be real fun. So anyway, I have another appointment here soon, so I'm going to let you all go. Wanted to tell you about my crazy, crazy day and how, you know, we do get to choose how we respond to stressful situations. Initially, we're going to respond according to whatever our programming and conditioning is, but we can gain awareness of that and we can change it. You don't have to be a stressed out control freak with a red flared neck.
Oh my God, it was bad.
It was so red.
I mean, it was bad. I thought you were going to have a damn heart attack.
It was bad. I still saw like a little layer of it this morning. But that, like I said, for me, my stress response is immediate on my skin. Like people who break out in hives.
Yes.
That's a stress response. Mine aren't exactly hives, but just red patches all over, and especially like on my upper chest area.
Well, it was your whole head, and it just
my whole face was bright red, but it was really red on my neck. I should have grabbed a picture. It was pretty intense. So, but you get to choose how you respond to stressful situations. It's on autopilot initially, but you get to choose to change your autopilot. You get to choose that you can have better, different reactions, but give yourself grace. It does take time. Even when I had just said, I'm aware of my stress, I'm working on it, you know, whatever, immediately hitting post, and then David breaks my car.
It wasn't even like 5 seconds, and she flips, and I'm like,
jump right back into it.
Did you just not send that message?
And I was like, God damn it, you ruined my post!
No,
it's just more evidence of it. Yeah, no, it's good. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. Love you so much. Y'all have a fantastic day, and we're going to go to